Thank you very much, Khupulang. Taxi operators, 100% lawlessness of the taxi industry. It is not important in this time to... I've been on the ground myself talking to operators, and they gave me a very important feedback. And some of them said to me, Minister, we hear you about 5,000. And some of our leadership saying what we qualify for is 20,000. But to us, that is not the issue. The issue is that our taxis, as we speak, are facing a challenge of being taken away by the banks. Can't you talk to the banks? Because we have sacrificed. During the period of the lockdown, we are a highly not formalized industry, and the laws of the country in the environment of the COVID-19 will not favor us, like they will favor other industries, who their own industries pay tax, who in terms of their own industries, they are highly formalized. And in these particular instances, they will qualify for things like UIF. They will qualify for what other industries will qualify for in terms of intervention and relief, loans from CIFA and all of that in terms of small, medium enterprises. We in the taxi industry don't qualify for that. There's nobody who's going to give us a loan. All what is happening is that we still have got to go on and pay. So can you address those challenges? So this question is interlinked to the point that you are raising, Barry, about the fact that do we appreciate the difficulty that the taxi industry is facing? Yes, we do appreciate. What are we going to do about it? We are scratching our heads every day about how we go about, and that is why we introduced, among others, a taxi relief fund model, which is ex gratia. Ex gratia means something that you pay without being obligated. And in this instance, it is once off. You are not obligated to give the relief. You give it anyway, even if you are not obligated, and you do it once off. It's not something that you're going to do it every week in and week out. And that is why we don't call it a fund or a compensation. We call it ex gratia. It is an intervention in the Sesotho way of saying things. Kimohau is gracious thing you do. Because you know that very well that the taxi industry is not formalized, and it will be very difficult for the taxi industry to basically enjoy all the things that other industries will basically enjoy. And that is where we are actually heading to in South Africa today, to address all of those particular issues, that is formalization and that is subsidization of the taxi industry. The taxi industry is the backbone of our nation. Majority of our people, the working class of our country, are using taxis to go to work. And yet these taxis are not subsidized. Now here comes Corona. Nobody planned for Corona. We are in the process of discussing with the taxi industry exactly the same issues. Formalization, how is it going to take place? Government subsidy, how is it going to take place? If you agree, my plan is that by next year, January 1st, next year, 1st of April, we should sign an agreement even before then, but get in the next financial year subsidy being introduced for the taxi industry. Can we achieve these things by a state of lawlessness? No. There is leadership. Leadership must lead in difficult times. They are feeling the burning, from the members who are demanding this and that. They cannot all the time, when there is a problem, call for the streets to be rendered ungovernable. You are setting yourself in collusion with law enforcement, which is the state. In that instance, the law will have to be maintained. You are daring the law. You are challenging the authority of the state. There is no need to do that. There is no need to do that. I've explained to the taxi industry, and indeed, I could not meet with them without substantive issues on the table that I agreed. I'm going to seek mandate on them and report back to them. I was here. I said I'm going back to the National Command Council. The taxi industry have asked me to review 100%. I'm the first person to come up with 100% fill up of the taxis. SANTACO attacked me left and right on 100%. South African citizens said, what is Mbalula smoking? And at that time, I had not even subjected 100% to the National Command Council. I went back in the afternoon, did not even wait for it to be implemented. I retracted that honorably. I said, no, let's wait. They said we must stick with 70%. They came to me with a request that, Minister, can you look at this? I have been a proponent. I am the supporter. I'm the person who put relief fund on the table of government. Nobody else, it's me. Who said that from 500 billion rand, please give something to the taxi industry because of its difficult position. Even if it is not formalized, but put something aside.